Warriors lost a very close game to the Dallas Mavericks. Final score 116 for Dallas, 113 for the Warriors. Of course, the Warriors, this is a rematch of the Western Conference Finals from last season, where the Warriors, of course, won. But, Dallas, very good, respectable team, led by Luka Dončić, arguably the best player in the NBA. I'd even go that far. He had 41 points tonight, a triple-double, 12 assists, and 12 rebounds, too. And the Warriors really could have won this game. It was in reach, despite, not playing great defense all game. But Stephen Curry traveled. I think it's a questionable call. But, with the way the NBA rules are changing, I sort of understand it, too. So, 10 seconds left in the game, and the Warriors are down I think it was 1 or 2 or 3 points. It was definitely within one bucket. And, he traveled, and the game's over at that point. So, Dallas won. For the Warriors, too, Steph Curry had a great game, but I feel like he was sort of the lone player that had a great game. Besides, Jonathan Kuminga, once again, who came off the bench and had 14, who was the second leading scorer. But, Curry had 32 points. Of course, a strong game from Curry, but, we didn't have a great game from Thompson. He only had 5 points, 12 from Draymond Green, which for him is pretty good, but only 10 from Wiggins. And so, the Warriors definitely needed more from their other players. Curry just didn't have enough help. And, of course, the Warriors' defense was very much troubled in this game, too, especially down the stretch. But got to give credit to Kuminga. He also had 10 rebounds, so a double-double for him. Curry, like I said, great game for him. He had 5 and 5 on rebounds and assists. And Anthony Lamb, too, also had a pretty good game off the bench with 11 points. But for the Mavericks, 22 from Tim Hardaway Jr., 14 from Spencer Dinwiddie, and 13 from Josh Green. That's just going to give you a win, quite simply. Great game from their players, too. But, of course, Luka Dončić stole the show. And so, the Mavericks coming into this, though, they're, on a 4-game losing streak. I feel like in some ways they're similar to us, led by one very, very good player. Sometimes don't have the help, sometimes don't have the defense, and I feel like that was evident tonight for us. Definitely a win that was in reach, though, and, our record is not far off from the Mavericks either. So, the second unit for the Warriors definitely was good. I liked the lineup of Poole, DiVincenzo, Kuminga, Lamb, and Green. That was a good lineup, and it got us, a lead in the fourth quarter. But I feel like, when Steve Kerr, he's a great coach and all, but I feel like sometimes mixing and matching some of these lineups, especially some of the newer guys, it just doesn't work all the time. But, you got to give credit to Kuminga. Great game for him. Making threes, he almost got us within reach. But, second chance points and rebounding is also a big issue, and that kind of goes hand in hand with defense. Getting those defensive rebounds is really important. The Warriors aren't a big, team in terms of height right now with Wiseman in the G League. And so, definitely a problem. But the Warriors shooting tonight were not that bad. We had the same field goals amount as the Dallas Mavericks did. 3-point percentage definitely could have been better, though. And also, free throws, too, I think definitely could improve. So I think for the Warriors, definitely, they rebounded well offensively, but I feel like defensive rebounds, they could have done a lot better. So, we'll see what happens in the next game. The Warriors passed well. I mean, it wasn't a bad game. 18 turnovers, though, is also going to be a big detrimental factor in losing. And so, the Warriors just needed to score more. And, inside scoring has been good. 3-point, of course, from Curry has been good. It's just the defense, and, that travel at the end, it's going to hurt Curry, right? He'll get back on the horse, and we'll win, in the future against the Mavericks, I'm sure. But, we have the Bulls next at home, and the Rockets, and a couple more home games coming up. And so, hopefully we can get some more wins. I mean, it sucks that we're 11-11 because, for most teams, it's not a bad record. But I think for the Warriors, high expectations. It's just we're not gelling like we need to be. So let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll see you guys later. And go Warriors.